A mostly cloudy good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. A little drippy, a little drizzly out there right now. But actually, some folks are looking at some sun, and you don't have to go too far to the west of the Great Lakes Bay Area to see it. Right now, we do have a little bit of sun, they say, at the airport. It's currently 76 degrees there. Here at Radio Center, we've had a glimpse of sun, but for the most part, it has been mostly cloudy, 78. Downtown Midland is looking at clouds, 78. Downtown Bay City is looking at some cloud cover as well, and it is 77 degrees. Southwest breeze at 14, gusting up to 21 miles per hour, steady barometer at 29.86. What's happening is quite frankly, we had a warm front move up through the state late last night, early this morning. It did generate some thunder shower activity, and in some spots picked up a whole lot more rain where they really didn't need it. It appears as though there's a strip that runs, I want to say, from right around Ithaca, Elma, kind of in that area through Mount Pleasant, Midland County, and then Northern Bay County, Aranac County, Gladwin County, a strip right up and through there where they've been getting hit one right after another with an inch, inch and a half, 2 inches, in some cases better than 3 over the past week and a half or so. And last night, early this morning, was no exception for some of those folks. Taking a look at the precipitation tallies here officially at the Radio Center, we got maybe 1/10 of an inch, and that was it. You take a look at some of the other locations, Frankenmuth, not even 1/10 of an inch. Saginaw, a couple of the other reporting stations, 1/10 of an inch, maybe 2/10 of an inch, right around 1/4 of an inch. Out in the Caro area, nothing. Cass City, 1/10 of an inch. Vassar, just barely a trace. The back 40 at Richville, I had 1/10 of an inch to report there. And then you move a little bit further south, Genesee County, just traces, maybe 1/100th, 3/100ths of an inch. Same thing over in Sanilac County, very little, if anything, in the way of moisture. Lapeer had a trace of rain. Down in the Ann Arbor area, there were some reports of right around 1/10 of an inch, but the majority of the locations down there reported nothing. Chelsea had about 3/10 of an inch. Manchester, just barely a trace. Saline down there, just barely a trace. So you kind of get the idea where they didn't get the rain. Now, where did they get the rain? They got a whole bunch. Right now, we're looking at Midland. Some unofficial reports there of better than 2 inches of rain, just from, I want to say, for the most part, after midnight up until about 5, 6 o'clock this morning. Engadine, some of you might not know where that is. Many of you would. 3.2 inches of rain. That's official. And a lot of times these official readings are very conservative in areas outlying around the official reporting station. You will see precipitation tallies anywhere from 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch more in most cases than what you see at the official station. Atlanta, they only had 1/4 of an inch there. Cadillac, a little bit more, 3/4 of an inch. But then you get into some of the other spots, the Grayling-Gaylord area, about 1/3 of an inch there. Gladwin, officially 1 1/4 inches of rain. Glenny had just under an inch. Lipton had 1.5 inches official. The Standish area picked up just under 1.2 inches of rain. And as we said, the majority of that occurred within a relatively short period of time, more likely after the midnight hour. West Branch officially reported 2 inches of rain there. Alger had just under 1.4 inches of rain. The Mayo area picking up about 1/2, 3/4 of an inch. Roscommon picked up about 9/10. Rexton, the main reporting station there for MSU, almost 1.5 inches. And Silver Creek, again, another reporting station, looking at 1.9 inches of rain. So that just kind of gives you an idea of where that strip is. East Hawass had 3/4 of an inch. We have had some reports around the Tawas area of well over an inch of rain. They don't need any more than that. They've already got plenty. And then here are other places in the Great Lakes Bay Area that just simply have not had all of that rain, but nobody really wants to get that much all in one setting. Now, what's going to be happening? We have a low pressure system way up in Canada, and that low, first of all, had a warm front, and it whipped that warm front through late last night. That was the reason why we got what we got. The bulk of that unsettled air has moved into that strip that we were talking about. Number two is a cold front. Now, the cold front has really been an issue in Minnesota and also in western Wisconsin. Minnesota, both Saturday and Sunday around the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, had 4 official reported tornadoes. Not strong ones, but still reported tornadoes, wind gusts of more than 90 miles per hour, both Saturday and Sunday in that part of the country. That was from this cold front, which is advancing toward us right now. Severe weather watches have already been posted for around the Chicago area, northern and northwestern sections of Indiana, and the extreme southwest corner of Michigan. I'm sure many of you have heard of Valparaiso. A lot of you have heard of Benton Harbor down in that area. And of course, around the Chicago, Gary, Indiana, they're looking at potential wind gusts of more than 60 miles per hour, hail, again, strong winds, damaging winds, and possible tornadic activity as we go through the afternoon hours. And again, that is for northern sections of Illinois, northern, northwestern sections of Indiana, and the extreme north-southwest corner of Michigan. That's what we're looking at as of right now. For us, we're not looking for any of that. There is going to be the threat of some thunderstorm activity, some of it severe, as we go into the later afternoon hours. Now, the best chance of it occurring here in the immediate Great Lakes Bay Area appears to me to be a little bit closer to 5, 6 o'clock this afternoon. But in the meantime, we're going to be getting some sun, and we've indicated that already. That's going to rev these temperatures up, where we're looking at pretty close to 80 degrees at a couple of our cities here in the Great Lakes Bay Area. Our projected high is 87, so we're going to need sun to get there. We get that sun and that temperature warms up, the potential of severe weather about 5, 6 o'clock this afternoon becomes greater. So we'll just have to keep our eye on it. If things start to rev up this afternoon, the humidity just is not going to go down at all. Right now, we're looking at a humidity level at the airport of 82%, 75% here at Radio Center. Downtown Midland is looking at 81% humidity. So you get some sun along with that humidity, and then the cold front moving through early evening this evening, there is going to be a very good possibility of some severe weather. The clouds and the shower activity will continue at least up till midnight as the cold front will be pushing through. I think it'll eventually work its way through about midnight, maybe a few hours, a couple of hours after midnight. But then as we go through the day tomorrow, we will see sun after a cloudy start to the day, and it'll definitely be cooler. Instead of 86, 87, 88 degrees that we're going to be looking at today and a low tonight of 69, we're only going to get up to about 78 for a high tomorrow, 58 for a low tomorrow night with mostly clear skies. We will have southwest wind gusting to about 25, 30 miles per hour this afternoon late. And overnight, southwest about 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then tomorrow, it's going to become westerly after that cold front finally clears the state. There will be a chance of a shower or two, but I think the best chance is going to be earlier in the day. We'll have a west wind gusting to 30 miles per hour during the day tomorrow. It'll decrease to wind gusts of 25 tomorrow night with a temperature of 58. And then on Wednesday, mostly sunny skies, high pressure over Nebraska, and that's going to dominate our weather for several days. Not only Wednesday, but also Thursday, Friday, and right now it appears as though Saturday and Sunday look to be pretty much rain-free, with temperatures decreasing a little bit, as we said, on Wednesday, close to, tomorrow, about 78, Wednesday, about 79, 80. Then on Thursday, we'll be 75, 76. Then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, low to mid 80s throughout that entire period. And right now, it looks like Labor Day is going to be pretty much uneventful as well as far as the weather goes. Normal precipitation for this time of the year for the month of August is 3.85 inches of precipitation. A year ago, from the period of the 28th to the 30th, we picked up more than 1.5 inches of rain. So a year ago, we were just under 4 inches of rain officially at MBS International Airport. And I got a funny feeling we're going to be at least that by the time we finish off the month of August. Record high in the state, 96, set back in 1953. The record low, 37, set in 1982. And a year ago today, it was a steamy one. 89 was our high, 71 was our low. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Gary Kaufman standing by at Star of the West. We'll get the latest from him in a moment. But before we do that, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you by the corn growers, Michigan corn growers. The Between the Rows Tour continues this week. Coming up here, today, 6 o'clock tonight, Kyneth Farms over in the Sandusky area. And tomorrow at Samansky Seed and Grain, that's going to be in Port Austin. So mark those two on your calendar. Both of them start at 6 o'clock again. Tonight at 6, Kyneth Farms over in Sandusky. Tomorrow, Samansky Seed and Grain in the Port Austin area. Along with me, Gary Kaufman at Star of the West. Gary, hopefully you had a nice weekend.
I did. Hopefully you did as well, Terry. Not
Sure
too
did.
much work out in the yard.
We got a little warm on Sunday.
It sure did. Yeah, that was not the day to be doing yard work for sure.
No. So the markets, have we been able to hang on to what we gained on Friday?
Yeah. You know what? Corn and wheat are surging higher. Beans are taking a little retreat here today, and it's a kind of a mixed market. But the corn for the most part is gapping higher, basically following the result of the crop tour, which seemed to validate kind of traders' ideas of sliding corn yields, and that's basically what was reported. The Pro Farmers Tour average corn yield came in at 168.1 bushel per acre. That was over 7 bushels below the August USDA report. But Pro Farmer has a tendency to come in, over the years as you look through all the records, 2 to 3 bushel below the USDA final numbers. So I guess maybe the numbers somewhere in between. Pro Farmers Tour, I think they were at 175.4 here on their last USDA report on the 12th. So we'll have to wait till the September report to kind of see what their objective looks like. So, but yeah, that's the reason why corn's up, and wheat and corn kind of follow together. But trying to figure out why wheat's up as much as it is. It's up 30 cents right now, where corn's up 13. But wheat seems to be, kind of interesting, because I think maybe the market's finally realizing China's in the worst drought they've been since 1960. So I think that's part of the reason. So you might be seeing China come to the table for some wheat here in the near future, Terry. So
I think you hit it right on the head. There's, it's finally hitting the national media.
Yeah.
It's been kind of for some reason, a secret, although most of us know, but it's just now all of a sudden over the weekend, every major newscast you saw on television was talking about a drought in China. And sure enough, there we go. Wheat's taken off.
And basically, soybeans are retreating because of good rains fell in some of the key production areas, and they feel that's going to increase soybean yields. So, long story short, here's where we're at right now, Cherry. Let's call wheat up 30 right now at 685 on the red, 635 on the or 685 on the white, 635 on the red for cash. New crop, let's call it up 30 as well at 841 on the white, 791 on the red. Cash corn currently up 14 at 663. New crop is up 14 as well at 623. Cash soybeans down 24 at 1523. And new crop, let's call it down 24, Terry, at 1368.
You have a great day, Gary.
I will. You do the same. Thanks, Terry.
You bet. Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. A little bit more on the markets. Doug Klein has the latest for us. Market report brought to you by Schaefer and Beerline. Are you ready to upgrade your new Ram truck for your family farm? Well, now's the time to order your new Ram 1525 or 3500. So come see Schaefer Beerline in Frankenmuth, the Great Lakes Bay's certified ag dealer. They specialize in all models of new Ram commercial trucks and vans. And obviously, ordering is the way to go, and you can buy with confidence. From Schaefer and Beerline since 1852, where family and service sells cars, and by the folks at Thumb Bank, serving the needs of agriculture for well over 125 years. 2 locations in Bay City, also Cassidy, Caseville, Pigeon, Bad Axe, and now in Marlette. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. Well, Doug, taking off like a jet in Chicago, huh?
So crude oil is up $3.19. That's helpful to nobody.
I didn't want to hear that.
Is it Labor Day that's coming up, or Halloween or something? Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, the witching hour, that's what it is.
96.22 on crude oil. The weird thing about it is that heating oil is down almost 3/4 of a penny, and gasoline's only up 1 1/4 cents. So it's not really factoring through. So it's like the Saudi prince said, it's just billionaires trading paper, and it's got no relevance whatsoever to the actual physical commodity. Thought it was pretty interesting. I saw an article in Russia, Moscow, and apparently there was 150 drivers arrested. They were driving Lamborghinis, Corvettes, everything in the $100,000 and $200,000, $300,000 cars through Russia on a road rally tour, and they arrested all of them and perp walked them, and I think they might even take their very expensive toys away from them. I thought, really in Russia now? So I thought they all drove, beat up junkers. But apparently there's some money over there. And Putin said, you know what? We don't like you showing off your flashy millions over here, so we're just going to arrest you and take your cars. We'll see what happens there.
He put his over in Norway someplace.
Yeah, I'm sure of that. Hopefully it's on one of those yachts that's sitting in the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea right now. That'd be nice. But anyway. Here's your numbers. The September corn is 679.5, up 10 3/4. December corn 677 3/4, up 13 1/2. And September of 23 corn is 632, up 6 3/4. The November soybeans 1441.5, down 19 3/4. March soybeans 1447 1/4, down 17 3/4. And November of 23 soybeans 1361.5, down 19 3/4. September wheat, 812 3/4, up 28 cents. December wheat, 833 1/4, up 28. And July of 23 wheat, 857, up 25 1/4. Crude oil is 96.18, up $3.12. Heating oil is 392.83, that's down 7/10 of a penny. Gasoline is 268.94, that's up a penny and a quarter. Natural gas 940.5, that's up 7.5 cents. Couldn't believe the spread between gasoline and diesel fuel. It was like $1.40?
Yeah.
Something like that. How ridiculous is that? Unbelievable. Anyway, over to currencies. U.S. dollar, Canadian dollar. U.S. dollar gets you $1.30.04 Canadian. That's down 29 ticks. The dollar gets you 138.76 yen. That's up 124 ticks. The euro's at 99.99. That's up 38 ticks. The dollar's at 108.80. That's up half a tick. Let's call it. Gold is at 1739.10, up $3. Silver's at 1863, down 11.5 cents. Platinum's at 851, and that is down $4.30. And I checked lumber, and it's around 510. So
Keep working it down.
yeah, I mean it's got about 50% more to go. But I did talk to a builder, and he said in the last 6 months or so, he's seen lumber prices come down in the neighborhood of 30 to 40%. So.
Yeah. Yep. We're getting better there. Doug, you take care. Have a good one.
Too.
All righty. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. When we return, Jerry Samolsky will be joining us.
This summer, find more savings under the sun on a wide range of New Holland equipment at Ellen's Equipment in McBain, Ithaca, and Beale City. Save with 0% financing or cashback offers on everything from mowers and balers to utility tractors and more. Thinking about trading in? It's a great time. Leverage your equity and make your best deal now on the New Holland equipment you need to work your best. Stop by Ellen's Equipment in McBain, Ithaca, or Beale City today and find more savings under the sun.
Great time to plant, wouldn't you say, Jerry Samolsky?
It is, Terry. You know, this warm weather we have, the soils are warm, grass seed jumps out of the ground, and a lot of people are looking at hydroseeding for small areas like 1,500 square feet. Terry, sod farmers don't use hydroseed in their sod, and they seem to do a great job of growing grass. So, you know, it's more important that you prep the soil correctly, get the grass seed down. Now is the time. You don't need mulch. You don't need everything. Just get that seed in the ground. In these rains we're getting, it's going to grow great without a lot of intervention by us. Just get it down now. Life is good when you plant grass seed end of August, 1st September.
Oh, yeah. Jerry, you take care. We'll talk to you again tomorrow, all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center. The name of the game in farming is profit. And if you want to put more profit into farming, get the help and seasoned sound advice you need from the pros at Star of the West. Sure, the question of selling or storing your harvest is an important one. And Star of the West with today's technology can give you the up-to-the-minute information you need to make the right decision, one that certainly affects profits. That's just one reason why you should take your corn, your soybeans, any of your crops to Star of the West. The other is well-trained, experienced, knowledgeable people who are true professionals in agribusiness. Star of the West offers you stability that no other firm in the area can approach. This means that people who are in the same positions year after year get to know your needs better and in general know the business better. Since 1870, Star of the West has been and continues to be the one to trust. Star of the West, keeping the valley growing since 1870. Frankenmuth, Reese, Richville, Guerra, and Cass City. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Kryzak's House Family Restaurant. If you've got to provide the food for an event coming up, here's the number, 989-894-5531. Kryzak's House, corner of Cass and Michigan on Bay City's south side. Events coming up, the big one is going to be the Bean Festival in Fairgrove. Folks at Steiner Tractor invite each and every one of you to have great Labor Day weekend fun in Fairgrove. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Steve K.